So tell me, you've mentioned Sir Clive Woodward. Tell me your work with him and the involvement you've had and how you've worked together.
Very interesting story because I was on the beaches of St. Thomas, which is a good place to go no matter what you're doing. And somebody handed me a book right before I got on the plane, and it said Winning. And now we could say the rest is history. And I said, well, what's this about? And they went, well, it's a book by Clive Woodward. Well, I didn't know who he was. And they said, okay. I said, okay. Who is he? And he said, well, it's a book about rugby. I said, well, I don't know anything about rugby. Read it. You'll love it. I did. And I don't know if you've ever read it. It was great. It's a great book. So when I got done on the beaches of St. Thomas, I called some people over here that I knew, and I said, I got to meet him. So flew over. His profile is a lot like mine. We had a 2-hour meeting in a pub. 9 hours later, we're still rabbiting back and forth about things. Got involved in trying to help restructure his book in terms of how he actually put it together, because sometimes great people do things and they don't even realize there is a pattern to what they do, so we helped create that pattern behind him. Then he went to Southampton Football Club, where I profiled Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
If only I knew then, I would have gotten 10% of everything he's done since, but I didn't. But Clive brought me in there because he felt that the players were not being handled properly like he would have done in rugby. He took a lot of stick because people were saying, well, what do you know about soccer?
He's always taken a lot of stick in everything.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what great people do, because they say things and do things that most of us don't think about.
Yeah.
So we went in and profiled 17 of the team's players. And one of the part of the profile, if there's a problem, it's called a pressure response, and it reads it almost like if you take your blood pressure. 15 of the 17 players had this pressure response on their profiles. I think Clive thought, eureka, he knew something was wrong, but he couldn't put his finger on it. So with me, with my MRI type instrument, I was able to show exactly what he felt. Now, I don't know how much changed because of that, because I don't know that they were willing to listen to him as much as they should have. But when you have a pressured response in a profile, it limits your ability to perform. So Gareth Bale and the other lads that were going out and play, they were playing every weekend, but they weren't doing well. But that's the point. If you don't have the correct alignment and the right environment for people to get that alignment, then you're going to be limited in your performance.